Call the meeting to order. Let the roll call show that all city council members are present with the exception of Mayor Walker, who is zooming in. He is attending remotely from the library located at 6209 East McKillop in Mesa, Arizona. We would all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we have a full house tonight. Thanks, everybody, for coming to our council meeting tonight. All right, council members, we have an agenda in front of us. Does anybody have any agenda additions or deletions?
Have none, Madam Vice Mayor.
Okay, with that, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
To approve the agenda as presented. Second.
And second. Any additional comments? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? That was an aye, Mayor? Or?
Yes, that was. I'll
Okay.
give you a thumbs up.
All right, there we go. Motion carries. All right, next on the agenda, we have a consent agenda with quite a few items on there. Does anybody have anything they would like to remove from the consent agenda for conversation?
I make a motion to approve consent agenda.
Any second?
Second.
Motion in a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 You have a thumbs up? Opposed? Motion carries. All right, item number 5, open forum. This is the opportunity for the public to comment on items that are not on the agenda. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes, and the council will not discuss legal matters. Again, it's for anything that is not on the agenda tonight. So if anybody would like to speak, you need to step up to the podium. You need your name and address, and then you can begin speaking for 3 minutes.
Good evening. Just clarifying, I'd like to speak on the fire departments, the concern of the cities with having firefighter in each 2 different departments. Is that now or is that gonna be later?
It is on the agenda, so you
Okay.
cannot speak on it,
Okay, that's what I wanted.
but we don't, it's not a public meeting to speak on it. Maybe Damian can.
Yeah, that's gonna be under, addressed in section 7.4. So the council will discuss it, the city administrator will have a recommendation that might alleviate a lot of the concern out there, so wait till that.
Wait for that time. Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Julie Rolfus. I live in Delville. And here, in regards to the Princeton Fire Department, in regards to, I'm a business owner here in Princeton. And I guess I have concerns for the city, for the businesses, in regards to the fire department. I mean, if a person calls 911, how do we know we're gonna have a fire department that's gonna be able to come out and help? I guess I just feel that the fire department is a need in this town. They put their lives on their lines, they volunteer for this. I guess I just feel they're needed. We need them. You guys don't, I mean, we need them. We don't need, they're needed versus you guys for them. So I just think something needs to be done on that to make sure that we're keeping them here in the community.
Okay, so thank you. Yeah, thank you. Move on to old business. 6.1, ordinance 844, the 2024 fee schedule amendment, final reading.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 844 fee schedule final reading.
There's a motion, can I have a second?
Second.
Motion in a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item number 6.2, ordinance 842, vacating the alley in Damon's addition, another final reading.
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor, members of the council. As you are aware, we are looking to vacate the alley in Damon's addition. As shown on the map that was indicated at the last couple of meetings, we are at the final reading of this ordinance and listening for adoption.
I move approval of ordinance 842, vacating the Damien's alley in the Damien's addition.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I'll take all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, new business. 7.1, public hearing, Minnesota Investment Fund Program for Northwoods Finishing LLC.
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor, members of the council. This is a public hearing for Northwoods Finishing to submit application for the Minnesota Investment Program through the city of Princeton. I do not believe they're here tonight, but I can help answer the question.
I don't really have a question on the resolution, but I had learned here maybe a week or so ago, or I heard that SRW was buying the old Glen property. This is on that property, isn't it?
Correct.
Are they the same?
But in it somehow.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
I'm just curious.
SRW's J. Orton and Northwest Finishing is the Bricklows.
So they're not affiliated.
No, I don't, not that I have, but I had learned that they bought it. I heard. It was an employee, I don't name names, but it was an employee.
Maybe some batting. Okay. Nobody have any questions? I'll take a motion to approve.
You need to open the public hearing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion. And a second, all in favor?
Yeah, aye.
Aye.
Public hearing's open. One who's speaking.
No, no.
Yes. There's no
I make a
here.
motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to close the public hearing. All in favor, say aye.
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 Public hearing's closed. Thank you. Okay, now we can go on to the motion.
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor and members of the council again. We have resolution 2396 in front of you authorizing the submission of the actual application to be for Northwoods Finishing. They are requesting $350,000.
Anybody have any?
Apparently, there's nobody here to speak against it. I will move to approve resolution 23-96.
Second.
And a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. No opposed? Motion carries. All right, moving on to 7.2, resolution 23.95, approving amendment to development agreement TIF 9.3 for Element.
Yes, thank you, Madam Vice Mayor, members of the council. As you know, Element Group had applied for the TIF 9-3 a while ago, was approved for it. A couple things came to light. Their agent that was representing them, when he had submitted the numbers under the assumption that it was for 5 years, similar to the MIF, where actually business subsidy law is required. All commitments need to be made within 2 years. So they are just reducing the number of employees that they will have within the 2-year timeframe versus the 5-year mark, which they still plan to have, but we need them to require or reach it at the 2-year mark with the TIF. So we're just requesting the amendment for just that language.
Okay. Do you have any?
So this is just kind of cleanup thing, so to speak.
Yes, correct.
And nobody has any issues with it.
That's representation, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 23-95, approving the amendment to the development agreement to 9-3 elemental.
A motion?
Second.
For Jack, whatever you want, time. A motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 7.3, ordinance 845, rezoning for Spire Credit Union, first reading.
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor, members of the council. As you may remember that or recall, Spire Credit Union has been on for a few different things. This is for the rezoning of the property of Lot 1, Block 1 Tiger Boulevard from B2 to B3, and this is the first reading of that ordinance.
So we already talked about it all. The planning commission has approved it. So this is just,
And just to clarify, the reason there's not a public hearing at this time is the planning commission actually holds public hearings for the rezonings. So this will just be the first reading of the ordinance.
anyone have any questions about ordinance 845?
I make a motion to introduce ordinance 845, rezoning for Spire Credit Union from B2 to B3.
Motion, can I get a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. 7.4, approve changes to the personnel manual effective January 1st, 2024.
Madam Vice Mayor, members of the council, in your packet, is an update, to an overview memo of the updates to the personnel manual. I'll provide a summary for the members of the public that are here and then indicate what our recommendation is relating to firefighters, excuse me, apologize for my tripping over my own tongue, serving on neighboring fire departments. So page 11, just point out that Twitter is no longer Twitter, it's now X. So we changed that language. Page 15 has the language relating to working on neighboring fire departments. There was language added to allow for members to work for state and federal firefighting agencies. Page 33, we deleted a sentence under vacation leave. It no longer made sense contextually to the document. Page 34, we deleted the paragraph relating to annual leave. We no longer have annual leave. It's vacation, sick, or paid time off. Page 35, relating to funeral leave days, defining those as 8-hour blocks, and also included a reference to benefit eligible part-time employees who receive prorated time for funeral leave. Page 59 modified the paragraph regarding the timing of final compensation payment to terminated employees to be consistent with the statutory requirements. Page 63 also relates to the Princeton Fire and Rescue Department members. So the same language was added. And pages 64 through 68, which relates to the drug-free workplace and the DOT drug testing requirements, added language relating to cannabis use, and also added or modified definitions in those same sections. At this time, we would like to recommend that the council adopt the changes except for the provision relating to the Princeton Fire and Rescue Department working on neighboring departments. We're asking that at this time that we not implement that effective January 1 of 2024 and that it be stayed to some point in the future. The council did approve a workplace assessment to be done by a neutral third party. And so once that assessment is complete, we'll reevaluate the necessity for that provision. So at this point, the current policy of officers or members working on neighboring departments will continue if the council agrees with that recommendation.
No, I'm very confident the administration knows what they're doing. I'm sure not gonna question them.
Do you have any other questions about anything on the changes she mentioned? Without further discussion, I'm looking for a motion to approve the personnel manual with the change of staying the neighboring, fire department members working on neighboring departments at this time.
So moved.
Okay, I have a motion. I have a
Second.
second. You have a second. Any further discussion?
Are you able to speak on that at all?
No, this is not a public hearing.
Correct, yeah. It's not public hearing.
No, it's not a public hearing, so unfortunately, we can't allow anybody to speak at this time.
How do we give our input on this?
That'll be part of the workplace assessment that's being done. So it'll be ferreted out in coming weeks, maybe month and a half, or so. They'll be in contact with everybody.
You're welcome to provide written input to, either the entire council, or you can send an email to myself, the city administrator, and I will ensure that it gets to the third-party assessment person for consideration.
How do we know as a public that actually happens?
We have the contract that's been approved and it's going to happen. I guess it's internal personnel data and information that can't be disclosed, but the members of the fire department will all be contacted and make part of this. So that's how you guys are gonna know it's gonna happen, because you're gonna be contacted.
And can the public contact you in regards to certain issues then if we can't hear?
As the city administrator indicated, any questions, concerns, or comments that you have as a member of the public, I presume you're not on the fire department?
Yeah,
None of things they know.
Okay. Anybody who wants to provide input should send it either to the entire council, preferably directly to the city administrator. That she will make sure that the council, either the council gets it or the third-party assessor, or the individuals doing the third-party assessment, will have the information. That's how that works.
Is the third-party assessment also going to address some of the concerns that the PFRD brought up? The
It's-
letter the council released through the newspaper was not very reassuring.
That is exactly what the workplace assessment is designed to address. They will be contacting everybody on the fire department and discussing their concerns, soliciting their input, providing an overall assessment to the city council.
Is that flattering company?
Yep, later and good, yep. They're-
Clarity and hood.
They've been around for a very long time. They've done many of these. They're very good at what they do.
Yeah, I consider them top in the state. Every source.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Number 7.5, resolution 23-97, accepting a donation to the police canine from Shield Services.
Madam Mayor, members of the council, in front of you is a memo regarding a donation that we received from Shield Services. They asked that the donation go to the canine program. This is, they've been very gracious over the course of the last 5, 6, 7 years that we've had the canine program, so it'll go into our general account and used for miscellaneous expenses with the dog.
That's a nice donation.
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve resolution 23-97, donation from Shield Services for canine funded the police department.
Motion, can I have a second?
Second.
Oh, that's great. It looks like they've donated $5,000 total to us so far. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Resolution 23-98, accepting a donation from Fairway Ponds to the Princeton Fire Department.
Madam Vice Mayor, City Council, before you use a memo that Fairway Ponds community donated $100 to the fire department. Every year they collect their branches and twigs and stuff and make a pile, then ask us to burn it. When we're out there, they enjoy coffee and hot chocolate and sing Christmas carols and stuff, so. Just wanted to propose that you accept this donation from them,
Make a motion to approve resolution 23-98, $100 donation to the fire department from Fairway Farms.
Motion, can I get a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further conversation? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Item number 7.7, resolution 2399, approving the 2024 budget and tax levy.
Madam Vice Mayor, members of the council, in your packet is the resolution approving the 2024 budget and tax levy. The final tax levy ended up at 5.64%. Also in the packet is the year-to-date as of yesterday budget workbook, and also the 2023 through 35 capital improvements budget. I would like two motions from the council tonight. The first one being a motion to approve the resolution setting the 2024 budget and tax levy, and a second one approving the 2024 capital expenses listed in the CIP budget, please. Because then we have phone calls and stuff to get on order, because we are still having delivery, supply chain, whatever they call it, issues. So we have some things that we need to get ordered, so things can get fixed.
Does anybody have any questions regarding the budget and the final tax levy? I went through it one last time and everything worked good, so without having any issues or corrections or problems.
I'll move approval of resolution 2399, 2024 budget and tax levy.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Now I'll take a motion to approve the 2024 capital expenses as listed on the CIP budget.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the bill list. I don't have anything this time. I know.
Did she call ahead?
No, but I didn't have anything. I signed all the checks the other day, so I already.
Okay, there you go. Well, I make a motion, I move to approve the December 26th and 2023 check registers containing checks 87575 to 87645 in the amount of $490,316.47. And the payroll electronic payments as noted on the pay period 26 transmittal register in the amount of $76,345.23. And the pay period 26 check register in the amount of $187,657.79.
Yeah, motion, can we get a second? Motion,
Yeah.
second, any further discussion? None, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? That motion carries. Item 7.9, city administrator biweekly report, and it looks like the report, there's no changes from the last time. Correct. Any committee reports?
Yes, I have, Public Utilities Commission met on December 20th. We met a week earlier because of the holiday. Pretty much year-end stuff. We approved the 2024 electric and utility or water rates. Electricity will increase by 1% and water will actually decrease by 5%. And we approved 2024 budget. We approved a generation feasibility study to look at potentially adding additional generation. And this miscellaneous end of the year actions, charge off, disposal of fixed assets. other things. Typical, very productive. Any questions, Keith, here to answer, because he knows more.
And then I just would like to give a report for East Central Cable Commission and Midco. Negotiations were started in November for a 5-year contract, again with Midco. So I believe that he came to pick up that contract. Okay.
I think so. Yeah, Shauna would know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he picked up the contract. I have signed it, and it will also go to somebody in Warren for a signature, and then back to Midco, and we'll get the final contract here as soon as it makes its rounds.
I just have one, the Princeton Chamber of Commerce had their final meeting for the year, and most of it was just involving electing new, seats for their group, so. There wasn't really anything else to think about that, so. Do you have anything, Tom? Mr. Mayor?
No, I don't have anything other than, I'm having computer issues, so if somebody wants to get a hold of me, call me instead of trying to email me. I won't be answering that for a little bit, so.
Okay, noted. Nobody has anything else? I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I do have one question. When that gentleman came up to speak, you told him to wait till 7:4. Now we're not able to speak, so that was his time to talk, and you kind of pushed him off to the wayside.
No,
I
we did
agree.
explain that
I agree.
it's not a public hearing. I
Well,
can't,
it was.
Well, he didn't even get a chance to talk.
excuse me, I can't have people yelling out, one at a time, please.
It was an open forum for discussion.
But open forum does not allow for anybody to speak on anything that's on the agenda. And that is an agenda topic. And it's not open for public comment during an agenda topic. Not a public hearing. It's a council meeting. I don't know if you can explain it any better.
No, that's perfectly correct. Like, bottom line is, issues that you wanted to comment on, at some point in time, you may be able to comment on them, but there's a lot of work on this side that's gonna happen before we get to that. And I'm sure once the workplace assessment is done, that will be placed back before the agenda for consideration and review. So everybody will know where we are at that point in time. But people in the public need to understand that not everybody has an absolute right to comment on every single action that the city council acts on.
Why don't we have that?
But we
right?
do.
No, not within the, if you want to provide your right information, you can, but you don't have the right to come to a city council, city council meeting and comment on anything. That's what public hearings are for. In any event, there was a motion to adjourn, I think.
Okay, and we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Meeting adjourned at 7:48.